Hello and welcome to Capitol Review. I'm Mark Hall in the district. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser presenting the 2026 budget to the public after a nearly 2-month delay. The budget comes amid massive cuts to federal jobs impacting D.C.'s revenue by $1 billion and federal interference that gutted D.C.'s current budget by hundreds of millions of dollars. D.C. News Now's Mariel Carbone has the latest.
In a difficult budget season, Mayor Muriel Bowser says her team has a plan, balancing cuts to D.C.'s federal workforce, congressional interference, and a shifting economy.
We know how to deal with all of these competing pressures, and we've done it calmly.
To address a $347 million gap caused by Congress, the mayor presenting a 2025 supplemental budget. In it, a hiring freeze on vacant positions, resulting in $63 million in savings. There will be no furloughs, layoffs, or facility closures, but there are cuts to non-personnel expenses, saving $175 million.
We have looked at these cuts in a way that have, we think, the least impact.
As for the new 2026 budget, it's a $21.8 billion operating budget and includes $681 million in funding for construction and parking of a new Commander Stadium, $270 million for teacher pay raises, and $30 million for police hiring, a new horse-mounted unit, and new technology. D.C. plans to cut the red tape, making it easier to do business in the city, like repealing I-82, which eliminates the tipped minimum wage.
When we're talking to businesses, they talk to us about how much more expensive it is in the district than it is in Virginia.
What's different this year, there's no funding for a new D.C. jail. Instead, that project will be outsourced to a private company. To deal with the rising costs of Medicaid, eligibility for the program will change, meaning more than 25,000 residents will no longer qualify.
And joining us is D.C. News Now's Mariel Carbone. And Mariel, let's continue to talk about this budget. Some have called it a difficult budget with a lot of challenges, especially with all the federal changes.
Yeah, Mark, when you look at how much D.C. relies on federal jobs, there have been some big changes over the last few months. The city officials have estimated that we are potentially losing 40,000 jobs between now and the coming years, which that translates to dollars. We are looking at about $1 billion less in revenues because, of course, when people are working, they are paying taxes. So that's something that the city had to deal with and really look at while it was making this budget and trying to find other ways to raise revenues, create new types of jobs, and really figure out how to make up for that huge loss of money and jobs. So that's something you'll see reflected in this budget here with the mayor trying to focus on other aspects, things like entertainment, sports to help raise revenues and fill some potential budget gaps from federal job loss.
Mariel, some critics have called this a business-friendly budget.
That's right. Another term we're looking at, business-friendly here. When you look at some of the changes that the mayor is making in the budget, as well as with some of her policies, she says that she's working to cut some red tape out of the process. She says talking to business owners, they have said it's too difficult to do business here in D.C. So one of the things in the budget is getting rid of Initiative 82. We know that that's been pretty controversial since it went into place with business owners, restaurant owners, particularly in D.C. Initiative 82 eliminated the tipped wage for restaurant workers, and business owners have said that has caused them to close their doors on some of the restaurants and bars here. So the mayor putting forward to repeal that. The challenge there is that council still needs to approve that, and it's unclear if enough council members are on board to actually repeal Initiative 82.
All right, council has the budget. What's next?
We have weeks now of public hearings. So council will essentially go through their different committees, public safety, health, transportation, all of those committees that you see us going through on a week-to-week basis, and they'll look at the budget, look at the changes that impact their specific committees, go through public hearings. Everyone can come in and speak at these meetings, and then they'll go through, tailor down what they like in the budget, what they don't like, and we'll see that happen over the next few weeks. Then they start the voting process. So the first vote right now is set for July 14th. That's the first time they'll all vote as a group on this budget, and then that will be followed by a second vote eventually here.
And Mariel, quickly, public input, does it really have an impact with all that's at stake? You've been doing this for a while now.
It can. If you look at a meeting I was at earlier this week, this was specifically just on housing and some of the changes the mayor's put forth with her Rental Act, which really changes the ecosystem of some of our housing laws and rules. 200 people nearly signed up to come speak at that. Began at 9:30. I left the Wilson building where all these city meetings are happening at 5 o'clock, and it was still going on. So when that many people turn out to speak for or against something, it certainly matters to council members, and they take that into consideration.
Mariel, Carbone, thank you so very much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.